Hey guys, Ivan here at ivanmana.com. In this video, I want to show you how to promote ClickBank products with Convertri or Convertri, which is another one of these landing page slash funnel builders. It has some pretty cool features which we'll get to, such as the dynamic keyword insertion, which could really boost your landing page relevance if you're promoting on Google Ads or Microsoft Ads. We'll get into that. I still stick to Unbounce. That is still my favorite landing page of choice. So I'll put some links in the description if you want to see my playlist on Unbounce and see some videos. But in this video, if you want to check out Convertri, see what it's like, maybe you want to try something different, stay with me. We're going to go through everything in this video. So what I want to cover here is let's first select a ClickBank product, as we've always been doing in this video series. We're then going to create our landing and thank you page in Convertri. We will then set up conversion tracking. We are going to set up a custom domain, and then we're going to set up an autoresponder. So same kind of process we've been doing for all the other videos, and that should be it. Now, before we get into it, guys, make sure to hit like and subscribe if you enjoy these types of tutorial videos. Also, make sure to hit the notification bell icon if you want to get notified when I release new videos just like this. That being said, let's get straight into it. The first thing we're going to do, select a ClickBank product. So here we are, our main ClickBank account. Let's head over and click on Marketplace. As always, we're going to click on this little magnifying glass. We have promoted a bunch of these products, guys, already. Let me know in the comments if you want me to promote a specific product. We promoted, I'm pretty sure we promoted Proven. We definitely promoted Research, Steel Bite Pro, Diabetes Freedom. We didn't promote this. It has a low payout. We promoted Ted's Woodworking, Custom Keto Diet, Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic, I think. Maybe not. Okay, so this could be a product that we haven't promoted yet. So let's take a look and see what that looks like. Okay, so I don't think so. So let's close out of that page. So the first thing I always tell you guys to do is go to the affiliate resource page and see what the rules are, okay? You want to make sure that whatever method you want to use to promote, whether it's Google, Facebook, Microsoft, or any other method, that it's allowed. So in this case, I wasn't able to find anything that said you can't promote on Google or Microsoft ads, which is my favorite promotion method. For you, it's obviously different. But the main thing here that applies to us is that we can't claim that we are Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic. So on our landing page, right, just keep this in mind, right? These are some of the rules. On our landing page, we don't want to say that, hey, we are Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic. So as always, as we've always been doing, let's create a new name for our landing page. We could name it, you know, the Flat Belly Removers, for example, and that's the name of our brand. If you do have any other questions, if you want to do something like maybe take some of their images and you're not sure, you want to be super safe, definitely contact these guys. Just tell them, hey, here's my landing page. I want to use this image. Can I do it? Okay. Point is, be very careful, guys. You don't want to be suspended. Always read the terms of any affiliate product you're promoting. Okay. So that out of the way, we have selected our product. It's this one. Okay. So just remember it. We're going to use the link later on. Let's now go into Convertri, or again, Convertri, and let's create our page. Okay. So when you first create an account in Convertri, you will see kind of these two options here. You'll see funnels and videos. So what we have to do is we have to work kind of from top to bottom. So we're going to create our funnel, and then we're going to build the pages inside of that funnel. Okay. So it's pretty visual here. It's pretty cool. One thing that Convertri does have over Unbounce is that they can build out these fancy funnels, whereas Unbounce is really mainly meant just for landing pages, maybe thank you pages, but it doesn't have those integrations. So that is something Convertri does have. So that is pretty cool. So what we're going to do here is let's click on Create New. And you can select from any funnel template here. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's not a lot of funnels. What's going on? Well, there are actually templates contained within these funnels. So this isn't everything. These are just built for you funnels. So for example, if you click on this one, you can preview or you can click select. Once you enter a name, you're going to see what that funnel is going to look like. So for example, we'll say this is our, oops. So let me show you what it's going to look like. Once you select that, you will see kind of everything that's going to be comprised of, right? So you have all these different options here. You can play around, you can combine them. You have the upsell page, downsell. So pretty cool, lots of options. Now we don't want to do that. I just wanted to show you as an example. So let's click on Create New again, and this is the new one we created. Let's quickly delete that. So let's click on Create New again. What I like to do is I like to create a funnel from scratch, and then I like to build my own opt-in page, and then thank you page, and then whatever. But whatever floats your boat. In our case, we are only making a thank you page and a landing page, so it makes sense for us to use to build a funnel from scratch. So this one, let's say Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic, is it, or Flat Belly Fix? What's the name? Flat Belly Tonic. And for the domain, so you might have to just create your own domain. Basically, you're gonna add whatever subdomain you want. So it's gonna be something, something, something .convertri.com. And you're gonna input whatever you want to be the subdomain. In my case, I put Ivan.convertri. For you, it's gonna be whatever you want. So let's click on create. And now we have to create a page. So we're gonna select a landing page and then a thank you page, okay? So let's go in and create a page. So now we're gonna go in and select our landing page template. And as you can see here, you have a lot more options to choose from. Obviously, we can spend all day kind of searching for the perfect template. You can also click on preview and just see what it looks like, right? See if that looks fine. This page looks okay for our purpose. So let's go ahead and select it, and then we can go in and obviously change it. So this one we can say landing page, and we already named our funnel, right? So we know what our funnel is, so we're fine to just say landing page here. So we can say landing page. We could also go in and just add a thank you page right away, and then we can go in and edit it. So for the thank you page, we could maybe just type in here, we can say thank you and see what comes up. You know, there's a lot of options here. Let's go with something basic. We could select this one. There's a little video. We can choose this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and select this one. We'll just name this thank you. And then let's click on done. Okay. So now we have the two pages. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this over here to the side or over here to the bottom if you want. Whatever floats your boat, however you want to do it. I go from left to right. So I'm going to keep my landing page where it was. I'm going to move this thank you page here, and then I'm going to grab this arrow. I'm going to drag it towards this. And now the landing page upon submit is going to take us to the thank you page. Okay. So we pretty much have the integration in place. We will later on go to the thank you page and add our affiliate link. But for now, let's edit the landing page. And we're going to just rearrange this a little bit so you guys get an idea of what this interface in Convertri looks like. So the way we've always been doing it is we kind of had this little bar at the top with like the logo. So we can do that here. Now with Convertri, like I said, I do like some things they have here. Some of the things are a bit more confusing. So I found Convertri to be pretty confusing compared to other builders. For example, instead of adding like a section, they don't really have sections here. So you're going to add a panel. You're going to drag a panel here. And I love that they have drag and drop. So we'll give them that, unlike say ClickFunnels. And you can drag this. And then what you would do here is then you would extend this. So you would say full width. And then this kind of becomes your section. So it's kind of like a section, but not really. So kind of in between. So you can drag that here. Now what you'll notice is that this is kind of, this part is still there, right? So if you take this, you know, we have to drag that to the bottom, right? So what you would do is, let's drag this up, or let's just keep it here. We'll close out of that. What you would do is you would select this, then you would scroll down, you would shift to select all the other elements, shift here, and shift here. And then notice they give you a lot of extra space at the bottom. I'm not exactly sure what the reason for that is. Now let's close out of that. But you know, you'll notice there's a ton of space at the bottom. Don't worry, it's not going to show up. So now that we selected all that, we can go ahead and drag that a little bit down. We can drag it a little bit lower. That's okay if it's extra, but we just want to make sure we have enough space for this section here. Then we're going to go in and drag that. And now we can select this and we can remove. So remove white space and boom, it's going to move it all up and it's going to move the whole thing up, right? So everything underneath is going to move up. So this is how you would basically add sections here with Convertri. So what we've always been doing is we've been making our page consistent with the actual sales page. So let's go ahead and click here again and we have to kind of try to mimic it. So let's pause that video. So they kind of have this background here. It has like this white kind of color overlay on it. You can't do that with Convertri. There are some landing page builders where you can add color overlay, not with Convertri. So you can go into like Photoshop or Canva and kind of add an image and then add a cover overlay. For the purpose of this video, what we'll do is we'll just add like just a regular white background, and that's what majority of this page is like. So notice here it does already have a background, so we're going to click on element properties. So we're going to select anywhere here, click on element properties, and then what you want to do is under this is going to be background, either background or change image. Okay, either way is fine. We'll click background. We're going to delete this one. And yeah, that's white. So 255, 255, 255, that is a white background. Okay, you could also, if you click here, you can select a gradient if you want. Should we add a gradient? Not necessarily. It's kind of, it's white all over. There's just a little image here. Like I said, if you want to kind of create a custom image, that's probably the best bet. So for the time being, we'll just add just this white color. And so now what we can do is we have this kind of section here, as you can see. We can drag it here, we can delete this whole thing, and we can kind of start from scratch. So, that is good, but this part here, don't really need. So you can either click on this little trash can icon, or you can click backspace to delete, and that's fine. So let's go from top to bottom. Let's go in and actually Let's add like our logo here at the top, right? As we normally do. You don't have to do that, but just something we've always been doing. Why not? So I'm gonna go in and drag this text. Now, obviously you can create a logo and then you would just add an image. In our case, what we've been doing is we've been cheating a little bit. We've been adding, you know, text, and that is like our logo. So let's create a name for this. So this is what? This is Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic, right? So for us, we can say Flat Belly Remover, right? Original, I know, but we can do that, and then we can select all of this, and we can keep it, you know, we can keep it gray, or we can make it black here. We'll click select, and that is black. And sometimes you'll notice it does that, where like you select the whole thing, and then it moves, the whole thing moves. Just, I don't know, just some annoying little glitch I found. So what you want to do is when you select everything, slowly go out. Don't select it and then move, because then sometimes it follows you around. So then let's maybe bold this instead. And you know, let's say that's our logo. You can play around with it, obviously. There, see? There it kind of gathers that. We don't want that. So let's do that. And you can choose a font here. So let's say that's our font, and let's maybe italicize it. So there you go. That looks fine for me, I think. Let's maybe, oh, see, it keeps following us. So one thing I don't like is that you can't custom set a font. You have to select from one of these options, but you know, it is what it is here, and that's just how we'll have to use it. If you may have noticed, you know, from watching all my other videos, I love flexibility. I love having full control. So I love being able to go in and just do whatever I want to. And in this case, we're kind of limited, but you know, this is more than enough sizes that you'll probably need. And if you want more than that, you can just create like an HTML element and customize your size. So you can do that if you need additional sizes. But anyway, we're gonna drag this over here, and that looks good. The only thing is maybe this color here. So let me go to background. Let me change this color, make it a little bit lighter. And one thing we could do is also here you have opacity. So you can, you know, make it 100% opaque, or how do you say it, right? And then maybe something like this, maybe a little light gray, okay? So there you go, I'm happy with that. So now let's go in and do our headline. So this headline is in black, so I don't like this headline in blue. So I'm actually gonna delete that, and let's drag text again. We're gonna wanna make it in all black, right? And as you can see, you know, you can play around with this how you want to. Like you can add element outlines, you can add grids, so you can kind of put places in the right, put elements in the right places if you want to. I don't need any of that. I don't need elements, and we can leave everything else on. You can also expand the guideline width. So notice if I expand this, see how it expands the width and the size, right? So it's gonna expand, kind of make your page a bit wider. But we're gonna restore the default. We're gonna leave it as is. And here's our text. Yeah, so let's write. So our goal is we're gonna get people to sign up, to enter their name and email. We'll send them to a thank you page, and then we're gonna send them to this free video, right? Which reveals this Asian Japanese tonic. So we could say, I don't know if we should copy that part. Maybe let's just copy this part for starters. We're gonna copy that. And let's say here, free video reveals, and then I'm gonna Control V to paste. And it's kind of all over the place, so we're gonna fix that very shortly. So now I'm gonna go ahead and select all this, and we're gonna select a font. You can select whatever you want to. I like something to do with sans, so maybe Open Sans is okay. That's fine. We wanna make it all the same size, so maybe 32. And that looks pretty much right. The only thing is now the color. So we want to select all that, and we want to make sure everything here is black. We're going to select, and there you go. Now it's even. Now we want to increase this a little bit here. I'm going to drag the sides over there, and we probably want to center this. So we're going to center that right there. And I think we could increase the size here a little bit. I think there's still room. So maybe 38. Free video reveals. Ancient Japanese tonic, and then we'll say that 54 pounds of fat that you can start using, you know, let's say in the next 5 minutes, right? Or whatever this is about. So Japanese tonic. If you can kind of say that you can what, right? Like what is it to the person? So there's this tonic, but how can it benefit me? So, okay, it burns 54 pounds of fat, and you can start using it in the next 5 minutes or whatever. So you would have to do the research that you can start, maybe that you can start using maybe right now. If you say 5 minutes, it's a little better because it gives them like an idea of, oh, it's exactly 5 minutes. But in this case, we're not sure exactly what is contained here. So I'm just going to leave it kind of vague. So we're going to do that. We can also select this and go into line height, and we can reduce the line height a little bit because that seems a bit, that looks okay. Maybe 1.3. Okay, and that is good. Okay, so that looks okay. We want to, yeah, so there's lots of space here, so we can definitely drag this down a little bit. Oops, not that. Okay, I'm talking about, oops. I want to drag this here. So I'm going to drag that maybe to the middle like this. Okay, and what I normally like to do is I like to kind of inspect element and get that same font. In this case, the font I wasn't able to find. It's Arial or sans serif. We don't have that. So, you know, we're just going to leave it at that. And, you know, why does that keep popping up? There's too much bold here. Let's remove that. Yeah, so as you can see, it kind of, it's a bit annoying how sometimes when you select it and then you go somewhere else, it kind of follows you. But yeah, so there's too much bold. So we want to, let's unbold everything actually. And then what we should bold is, let's bold this. And then this here, right, 54 pounds, that's red. So maybe we want to follow suit. And let's make this red here, you know, bright red. That looks close enough to that same color. Maybe we want to bold it as well. Maybe we want to underline this. And that looks okay for me. That you can start using right now. Maybe let's underline that. Okay. So that looks okay. Let's see if we can expand it a little bit. There you go. Okay. Sorry, I'm guilty. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and it's kind of hurting us right now. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So let's go in and let's just do that. Whatever. Okay. So that looks good. Okay, so now let's add a little text underneath. Let's say like, hey, you know, enter your name and email below, and we're gonna send you the free video. So let's go in. We can drag this text. If you want to change the default text, so for example, here we have Open Sans for the headline. If you want to change default text, you would go into where is it? Page. And then you would go into default text style and you would select whatever the default is. So for the paragraph, I'm going to type in sans because we want to open sans. We don't want to have to go in every time and change it. So these are some of the options that apply to the entire page. Look around, play around with them. There is too much to do here to cover the entire Convertri. So I'm just going to cover the basics, like what you need to create a basic landing page. But guys, let me know in the comments if you want me to create like additional videos on any specific topics, because there's a lot you can do here, which we won't be using in this video. So I'll just click done. And let's just say enter your, let's not capitalize it maybe. Let's say enter your name and email below, and I'll send you the free video. Okay, and then let's increase that. You can disregard these lines. You might think that like this is a new section. It's not. I honestly don't know why kind of it's like that, why they have just this one T line here. It kind of threw me off when I started, but it's just disregard it. Then we're gonna move it here. And now it is a bit grayish. So I don't know if we should leave it at gray. Yeah, that looks fine. Now these are underlined, don't worry, they will go away. If we go to display, yeah, show hidden elements. Yeah, we can leave that. Basically, if you select element outlines, it should show you that. In this case, it just kind of dots it. I don't know why, to be honest, but. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add form elements. So we wanna add, you know, our favorite first name. We wanna add email. And we want to add submit form. You can add whatever else you want, right? This is just what we've been normally doing, or we've been normally adding. And I'm going to click next here. And then notice how there's a little one, by the way, here under layers. When you go here, you'll see there's a nav bar. So this nav bar will actually cover what we have at the top. So what you want to do if you don't want this nav bar is just go in and delete it. So we're going to delete this nav bar. This covers layers and kind of additional sections. So again, let me know in the comments if you want me to cover any specific part of Convertri. But we're not going to cover layers here. It's something we don't really need to do to create landing pages. So we're going to go here. We're going to expand this a bit, maybe something like that. We're going to drag it there. Then we're going to do the same thing here. Now, I do like the fact that they have lines here. So that is really helpful. Unlike MarketPal, as you remember, we had to eye everything. So that isn't quite even. Let's maybe that. No, not quite. Okay, so that, even though it has lines, it doesn't quite move to where we need to. Now you can use lines here, or arrows. So what you can do is we can select this and then we can use our arrows and we can drag it a bit to the left. You know, that looks, yeah, I think that looks perfect. That looks great. Okay, so we're gonna select that and we're gonna expand it, maybe make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and that looks good. Okay, so this will not show up. So, you know, these lines and like over here, you might be thinking, okay, well, this is smack dab in the middle. It's not going to show up when you actually preview the page, so don't worry about that. But let's go in and just play around with this a little bit more. So I'm going to click here, element properties, And we can't change too much on the form yet because we have to integrate it first with GetResponse, which is what we'll be using to send out emails. We have to use that software. So we'll do most of it later, but for now, let's just do some basics. So over here, for example, we'll say, send me the free video. We can say that. Roboto. Yeah, let's see if we can do sans. We'll just type in sans and we'll do open sans again. And then font size, we're gonna increase it to 24, probably a bit big, 22. That's okay. And that looks good. You can do on mouse over. So on mouse over, if you select this, it's going to be the text color. So keep that in mind. So what you want to do is you want to go to background on mouse over. And then here, maybe you want to do like a darker blue color. So when you mouse over this, it's going to be dark blue. Okay. So you'll see what that looks like once we actually get there, once we preview the page. So that looks good. Let's go in here, first name. So we can't do any sort of validation. Again, we don't have an integration, okay? So we are gonna leave that blank for now. But what we can do is if we go to input properties, we can change the placeholder text here. So we can say, as you know, I like to do, enter your first name here, ... okay? And that looks fine. Again, let's change this to, let's type in sans, we'll do open sans, and we're gonna select email. We'll do this. We'll say, enter your email here, ... Missed that third dot. We'll click sans and we'll type open sans. Okay, so that looks good. Maybe let's take this, drag it up a little bit, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so that's a good start. So now we can drag this lower. We don't need that much space. Okay, that looks good. And then instead of shift clicking all of this, all we're gonna do is click remove white space, if you recall, and it's just gonna move everything up. Okay, so that's how you kind of play around with it. We don't have to change this much, so we can really just leave it at what's included. We would have to do a little bit of research to know about this product. Let me see if they have like view more. Yeah, let's take a look and see if they have any more information on this checkout page. And okay, so not quite. So maybe we want to talk about, what this video contains. So yeah, so when you select it, it kind of selects all the elements. So over here, we can say what's included. Yeah, I might have to go to the affiliate page and kind of see. So maybe, like, what does the video include, right? Let's say tonic with 100% all natural ingredients. Okay, and we can leave it at that. We can change this image here. So what you would do is click image properties and then you would change image. And you can use any of the images, like you can upload image, you can create a folder of images, or if they have an integration with Pixabay, which is cool. I like these integrations that these landing page builders have. Unlike MarketPal, it doesn't have any integrations. You have to kind of upload a picture. It just makes it faster. So let's see if we type in ingredients, if it pulls anything up. Yeah, so I mean, not really. These aren't really the perfect images, but as an example, let's suppose we select this. We're going to click select. And it's just gonna add that little picture here, give it a second to load, and there it is. Now, it's not the best image to use here probably, but I'm just using it as an example. So we'll probably leave these two. So we'll drag it there. That looks good. Yeah, unfortunately, there's too much selection here. We deselected all of this, but it doesn't show everything. Snap to elements, you do wanna leave that on, just because it helps you, when you move elements, helps you kind of move them in position. So let's tonic with 100% natural ingredients. Maybe you want to list the ingredients. So let's go to this page. You maybe want to list them made with XXX, YYY, and I have no idea. Like, I don't know what ingredients, and onions. Okay, I don't cook. I don't do any of that, so I have no idea what kind of ingredients could possibly be contained. Maybe like calcium or whatever. Like made with onions, calcium, and iron. I don't know if this is that good. Another thing, what else does this video contain? Maybe lose belly fat in just, how long does it say? Doesn't really say. So again, something we would have to go in there and kind of figure out how long will it take. Let's say 2 weeks, for example. And we'll just say, just follow the instructions set in the video and you'll get rid of your belly fat in just 2 weeks. Okay. And then one more thing we could say, I'm just like looking at stuff, making it up as we go, guys. This is on you. You would probably want to go to the affiliate page and just find some things that would describe what is covered in the video, or maybe just look at the video yourself and kind of figure out, what's there. So safe in just 2 weeks. Okay, so let's say 100% safe and secure method, or tonic. Right? Tonic, okay. So no more sketchy programs or guides. This tonic is completely safe and secure, or something like that. Okay, so we can leave it at that. That looks okay. I like this gray background in the back. We can leave it at that. We could make the background like bluish. That could work too. You know, however you want to do it. Actually, let's suppose we do want to make it blue. What you would do is, again, you would select here, go into element properties, go into background. We were going to copy that. Okay, it's not letting me right click here for some reason, so I'm just going to control C. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to control V here. So I don't know why it didn't let me. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't let me right click here. Oops, that sucks, but that's how you would do it. And then we would select this. Let's make this. Oops. So see what I mean? See how it does that? It kind of moves it. So we want to undo that, put it back in position. So select it, and then wait. Okay. So notice how if I do it too fast, select it, wait. Now we can move it. And general properties. Where was this? This was change border style. Oh, sorry, it's over here. I got confused. We want to change it from up top. Nope. Let's try it again. Oops. Too fast. Yeah, this is really annoying for someone like me who does this really fast. I'm gonna undo. Select it again. You gotta wait. Okay, now I can do this. Select white again over here. You gotta be careful because sometimes it might follow your cursor around. So then you want to say next, and then there you go. Finally, took us quite a while to do that. Pretty frustrating to be honest, but it is what it is. So we can leave it at that. That looks good. Let's remove this. I don't think we need that unless, I mean, it would be cool if you have something like that, but you don't. So we're just gonna delete that. We're gonna select this. We're gonna remove white space, move it up. And let's go over here. Yeah, so we can say our testimonials, let's just do one, okay? Because you know the idea, you know how this works. What's the name of our product here? We could say Okinawa. We're not saying we're them. The Okinawa flat belly tonic really helped me realize my mistakes and why I wasn't losing any weight. I finally managed to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks thanks to this program. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. Maybe we want to keeps on doing that. Really annoying. Really wish they could fix that. It really frustrating. Okay, so that actually looks okay. All right, so obviously you would change all these around as well. Okay, I'm not gonna do it here because, well, you know how to do it. Let's go ahead and save though. Let's just save our work. Again, you would just go in there, find the right images, change that up. Maybe use some testimonials from the actual page. Now over here, we don't want to enter this again. So what we could do, I'm thinking we could probably just delete it and just have an arrow that goes back to the top. So let's go ahead and delete all this. So with Convertri, we can't, there's no option to make a button scroll back up to the top. So I'm gonna click here, then shift and shift again, and then we're gonna clone it. And then we're gonna take this and drag it to the bottom here. And this basically just lets people know that, hey, if they want to sign up, they have to, or if they want to get the video, they have to sign up, right? And there you go. And that's what that is going to look like. Okay, so we're giving them an option. Looks a bit clumsy. Like I said, there's no real option to move them up to the top. You might have to add like some element number and stuff like that. I haven't really gotten to it yet. So this is really the way to do it right now. And then we can select here, remove the white space, and here we are back on top. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to delete it. You can keep these. What I would probably do is instead of doing that, what I would do is I would just drag this to the middle. Let's remove that a little bit like that. And I'm just gonna keep writing here. So that's what I'll just do. So I'll say, we said flat belly remover, so remover, and then we'll say enter. And let's just add a little more space here. I'm gonna drag it back here. So, and then over here we could say privacy policy. We could say terms of use, and then we could say disclaimer. Okay, and then you would put the link. So you would select it, and then you would hyperlink it to your actual page. Honestly, I didn't have to do it for most of the offers. That's like a last resort if, usually if Google reps don't know what the issue with your page is, like if your tracking link is broken, they have no idea what a tracking link is. They'll be like, oh, well, you don't have disclaimer, but it's usually fine. Just between me and you guys. So we're gonna click here, and again, it does that. So annoying. really annoying. So again, we're gonna select this. I wanna remove the little space there, so I'm gonna wait a little bit, head into more, line height, all right, maybe 95, maybe 90, and that looks okay. All right, so that looks fine. Okay, we're good. That looks okay. And we're pretty much done with our page here. So let's go in and save. Now, one thing I did want to show you guys is this dynamic keyword insertion tool, which I thought was pretty cool. So if you add keywords in Google or Microsoft ads and you want that keyword to show up here as well. So for example, free video reveals keyword, right? Whatever the keyword is, it could be ancient Japanese tonic or belly cure or whatever. I'm gonna show you how to do it, and then you can, get creative with it and add it however you want to in your headline. And it doesn't have to be in the headline. It can be sub-headline. It can be in just any words anywhere. It doesn't have to be, but here we're going to use it in the headline. So we're going to click more. We'll click on dynamic text. So we're going to select add new. And then over here, we're going to enter the parameter. So the parameter is a name that me and you, we're going to come up with. So in my case, I'll name it keyword. It doesn't have to be keyword. It can be anything. It could be go, right? Anything. But then to the end of your URL, you're going to say equals, and then you'll use the token, which for Google, it's keyword, or Microsoft ads, it's keyword, okay? So it doesn't have to be keyword either. So in Microsoft ads, they have the query string token, so you can use that instead. So then you would say query string. And the words that someone actually typed in to say Microsoft or Google ads, that's what's gonna show up. And that is what will show up here in the headline, okay? But we're not gonna do that. So again, we can leave it at go, or for simplicity, let's type in keyword and we'll click add. And now you will see that this will be highlighted, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It just means that this will now be replaced with the keyword, okay? So we maybe want to make a little bit more space here. Maybe something like, you can play around with it, make a little bit more space so it doesn't look awkward if it's like a longer keyword or something like that. And that looks good, but that's how you do it. So you select the text that you want to have the keyword in there. In this case, it's that, or suppose it's this. Click on more, click on add new, okay? And then for this one, if we select that, it is toggled on, okay? So you just want to make sure that you use it. And then we already selected this parameter, so if we want this to also have the keyword, we just toggle this on. And now this will also have it. We don't want that. Let's click done, and let's click save. And this is going to be, let's suppose, our landing page, okay? It looks pretty good to me. Again, there's lots of space on the bottom. Disregard it, not going to show up. So let's go in and publish it. Let's name this. So we will add a custom domain, don't worry. But let's name this. Let's say this is landing page, for example. We'll click publish. And now we can close out of that, and we can preview the page as well, just to show you what it's going to look like. So if you go here and you preview, right, here's our page. And as you can see, there's nothing at the bottom, but it just looks like this. We will set up the integration with email. Don't worry, this will look better. And there's the hover color. And then over here, right, so here's what's going to happen. So if I type in keyword and I type in anything here, so let's say I type in hi, right, and I click enter. This is going to be replaced with hi, okay? So exactly the keyword that triggered. Now in our case, we're not going to use that. We're going to use the keyword token. So in Google ads and Microsoft ads, when you use the keyword token, this is going to actually be replaced with the actual keyword. So right now it's going to look awkward. It's going to say keyword, but this is the actual keyword that's going to show up, okay? So pretty cool when used with Google or Microsoft. Something that only, as far as I know, Unbounce has, and maybe like custom WordPress solutions. But this is how you would do it, and I think Thrive Themes has it too. So that's what that looks like for now. Let's go back and let's quickly edit the thank you page. We're not going to spend too much time because hopefully you should have an idea of roughly how this works. We do have a few things we have to get through, so we want to get there first. So what we want to do is probably, let's just remove this image. So we're going to go into background, and we want to delete that, and let's make this white. Maybe make it something like that, maybe. Yeah, that looks good, actually. I like that. We probably want to make this black then. So we're going to select that. Do that. Select next. Oops. Nope. Let's try it again. Make it black. There you go. We can select that. We can go here. We can select black now here, right here. And get instant access. We want to do that too, so we're going to select black. So that's the background color of this. So we don't want that. We want this. We want the text color. So the text color we're going to make black, and then the background color we're going to make white or whatever. What color should we make it? It was bluish, right? Yeah, so we can make it bluish. I think it was like that. No, it was lighter than that. It was like something like this. Well, actually, if it's this blue, we should probably make it white. So And then it has a border as well, so we can probably remove the border. It doesn't look that good. And probably increase the size there. So let's go back, and for the text, let's change that to white. I'm not seeing the white there, so let's just make it white like that. Okay, so let's fill in some blanks here. We don't need anything else. We can leave that here. Yeah, we can just copy what we had there. So I'm just gonna click backspace here, and I'm just gonna delete all these. I'm just gonna delete all that. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. And then that is good, and then none of this should be there. None of this should show up below that, right? Yeah, we can't select it, so we're just gonna show that up. Okay, fine. I don't feel good leaving it. Fine, let's just change it up real quick. So we'll just say copyright, flat, belly, removers. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. I hate kind of not finishing a page. I feel bad. I feel like I'm being lazy or something, so I'm just gonna quickly do it here, make it look nice. And there you go, okay? So that looks good. Let's center it. There you go, now it's centered. And over here, let's say thank you. We'll say check your email to get the free video. We could say if you haven't received it, check your spam folder as well as the social, promotions, and other folders. If you still didn't get it, email me at ivan@ivanmana.com, for example, okay? And then we could say one more thing. So let's go in and let's select this button. Let's drag it down a bit. And then we can say, in the meantime, you can watch the free video by clicking the button below. And then this is going to be our button to our affiliate link. So let's remove that space there. Let's make this a little, oops, I accidentally right clicked in the middle of that. Let's go in here, make it maybe 20. That'll do, donkey. Right, that looks okay. Maybe let's add a little exclamation mark, add a little life to it. And then over here we could say, oops, okay, so we have to select image properties. We have to go into here and we have to say, show me the free video. Okay. And then we want to increase the size a bit. That looks a bit weird. It's too small. Okay, so that looks okay, right? And then we want to add the link, right? So we're going to select here. We are going to link here, and we're going to add the link. So let's go back. If you recall, Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic, we're going to click it. We're going to generate hop link. We're going to copy that link, close out of that. Let's come back here, and let's paste the link. I'm going to Control V to paste. And that looks good. All right. Now over here, what we also want to do is for ClickMagick tracking so that you can track sales. I covered this in detail in my other videos where I show you how to track with ClickMagick. We will get to part of it here in this video, but what you want to do is you want to type in $TID equals, and then you want to say CMC_VID. This might seem confusing and blow your mind. This is for ClickMagick tracking. So if you want to track your sales, especially if you're promoting affiliate products like ClickBank, Max Bounty, anything else, and you can't track your sales, ClickMagick is a perfect tool to help you track those sales. So this is part one of the 2 steps we have to do to track sales. The other part we're going to do inside ClickMagick, we're going to add the tracking code to our page shortly after this. And that's pretty much it, okay? So we'll go back. If you go back here, you'll see that everything is good, perfect. And that looks good. Maybe let's drag this a little bit higher. We're gonna select this option here. We're gonna remove the white text there. And that looks good. Maybe actually we want to, oh, we'll move this up. Okay, so it looks like there's 2 of them here. This is pretty annoying. Can get annoying sometimes. You just have to keep going. Okay, so that looks good enough for me, guys. Let's go ahead and save this page and publish this page. And now we have to get into the, let's just say thank you. Just some more minor details. We're gonna set up tracking, set up a custom domain, and then we're gonna set up email, autoresponder, and integration, and we are good. Also, go to here. Here's a navbar again. Navbar. We want to delete that, and let's hit save and let's hit publish again. And yep, we want to publish, and let's X out of that, back to the funnel, and now we see everything is working. We might have to test it after we set up the autoresponder. I'm not sure if this will work now. Let's see. Let's see if this will work now. I think it might. what we want to do is we have to go into forms and we have to add it here. Yeah, so I don't think it's here yet. Okay, so no worries. Let's click done. Don't think it's going to let us submit. Let's go into, yeah, so let's sign up. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have to do that first before checking it. That's fine. So the first thing we're going to do, actually, let's stay on this page, is let's add the tracking, right? So that was the other thing we had to do. We had to add some tracking. So let's go over here. We'll close this. So we're just going from left to right in our tabs, if you haven't noticed. So this is ClickMagick. I offer you a 14-day free trial if you use my affiliate link at go.ivanmana.com/ClickMagick. I've been using them for 4 years to track my affiliate sales, and they've been good so far. I haven't had any issues. So once you sign in, whether you have an account or you don't have an account, click on campaigns, and we're going to set up campaign tracking, okay? So what you want to do is you want to click on this little wrench icon here, and you want to click on website code. And for you, you might see step 1, step 2, step 3. We're doing step 1 right now. We're adding the code to our pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this code here. Let's go back into Convertri. I'm going to go into page here. I'm going to go into custom scripts. And we want the script on the page, right? Not on the account, not on the domain, not on the funnel, just on this specific page. We're going to add page script. We're going to give it a name. We'll say ClickMagick. We'll say this is the landing page script, for example. Whatever you want to write, you can add a description here. You do want it to run on page load. We want to add it in the body or head. It doesn't really matter. We can leave it in the body. And then we're going to, and again, I can't right click, so I'm just going to have to Control V here because you can't right click and paste for some reason, or copy, whatever. And we'll click next, and right now it's going to give us an error because we have to publish the page, so we'll click done, and we are good here. So actually, let's quickly save it, and let's publish it. We'll publish it, and let's go back, and we'll do the same thing on the thank you page. We want to add the conversion code here. So on this one, we want to add the action code. So when someone signs up and enters their email, we want this code to fire. So we're going to copy that code. We'll do the same thing here, go into page, go into custom scripts. We'll say add script. We'll say ClickMagick, or CM for short. ClickMagick. We'll say action code. You can leave a description blank. Leave that. Again, I'm going to Control V on my Windows, and this is going to give us an action when someone actually signs up. We'll click done. We'll click save. We will click publish, and we are good to go here. Okay. So we've selected our offer. We've created our landing and thank you page. We've set up tracking. We will test all this shortly. Let's do 2 more things. Let's set up our custom domain, and then we're going to set up an autoresponder, and we're good to go. So what you want to do is head over into account and click on domain. So now we're going to set up our custom domain. Now the first domain you have, it's going to be set up for you automatically. It's just the basic Convertri domain. So I use Namecheap to buy my domains. Head over to go.ivanmana.com/Namecheap. Again, I've been using these guys for 4 years as well. I've been buying domains. In my experience, they had the cheapest domains. But whatever domain register you're comfortable with really doesn't matter. I'm just going to show you what to do here, okay? So you're going to buy your domain, go to domains, go to domain name search, buy any domain you want. Ones ending with .com generally propagate faster. You're able to add them faster. Once you do that, click on dashboard, select your domain. In our case, we're going to be working with woodworkingmastery.com again. We'll click manage here. And now we have to add some DNS records to prove that this domain is ours. So we'll head back to Convertri. You're going to select this option here, new domain. You're going to enter your domain here. So we're going to select this. We're going to copy it, come back here, paste it. We will click backspace to remove that extra space. Don't enter any www or anything like that. We will have a chance to do that later. Don't do any of that right now. Just enter your root domain, woodworkingmastery.com, for example. No wwws or anything. Click add, and now it's going to tell us we have to add some records. Okay, so we're going to copy this by clicking it. Click. Head back over here in Namecheap, or again, wherever you're using, under name servers, select custom DNS, and you want to paste them all here. So we're going to copy and paste. I'm going to copy, come back here, paste. To speed things up, I'm going to use my keyboard to Control C, Control V. So I'm just going to click here to copy, and then I'm going to add name server, Control V. I'm going to add name server, come back here, Control V. And now we're going to click next. We're going to click the little check mark so it saves. It might take you a while for it to propagate. I've already added this domain before and then deleted it just so I could show you that it's going to work successfully, so we don't have to wait 30 minutes like we did last time with MarketPal. So give this a second to load. And once you do that, you can click X, and it should say, DNS records propagating. We're not there yet. Don't change anything after you do that, okay? So one thing you do want to do though is click on show name servers and just make sure that the records are the same. In my case, for some reason, they changed up a bit. So make sure that this is NS9-1, NS9-1. That looks good. Okay, so we'll go back here and this is good. So now this domain looks like it's active. So we are good to go. And it automatically says that the www version is going to redirect to the regular root domain. So if you type in www.woodworkingmastery.com, you'll be redirected to the regular one without the www. But the main domain, the final URL, is going to be without the www. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's just how it works here with Convertri if that's what you're using. Now, what you could also do is you can add another option. So instead of saying www, you could add more. So you would click on this option here that says add. And then, for example, I want to say, so first of all, we're going to select our domain, Woodworking Mastery. And then I want to say go.woodworkingmastery. So I'm just going to click go here. And now I'm going to have go redirected to Woodworking Mastery. Okay, now it's going to take some time. We have to run checks. We have to enable SSL as well. So give it a second. SSL is just going to make your site secure. Okay, so boom, now it's active and secure. This was super quick, guys, because I already added this and deleted it. For you, it might take 5 to 15 minutes. Maybe it's going to take longer. If you don't have a domain ending in .com, it might take longer. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, one other way you can add these subdomains is if you go to records. You can see here how we have go and www. What I just did is I created a record and then I said, you know, blog.woodworkingmastery. And then you want to keep it at Convertri, okay? Don't make it anything else. Keep it at Convertri, click create. And now you have all these different records that are being redirected back to Woodworking Extreme, okay? All of them are being redirected back. So we can enable SSL for this one. But this would be the same thing, give it a second. And now this should just redirect here, okay? So if you go to records again, you can always update your records here, make it whatever you want to. And then you want to go back here to Woodworking Mastery. Now it's active and secure. You want to go back to this one, go on records, just make sure it has a little check mark there. I mean, it should, because it's working. Looks like not yet, but it should, okay? So, and it's working here. So basically, I'm just telling you where to go to make sure this is working. So if yours, most likely, if yours says red, it's probably not gonna work, okay? So make sure if it doesn't work, you go in, you check the records, okay? Make sure you show the name servers and make sure that all of these match, because that's what happened in my case. That's why it wasn't working. So I'm gonna refresh one more time. I don't know why it still says red. It shouldn't be because it's all correct. But we know it's working. So what you can do now is to integrate this with your own funnel. You can select this option here and it's going to show you all the funnels. So right now we don't have any funnels that are set up here. Okay, so what we want to do is let's go back to funnels. We're going to select this one here. And what you could do is we did the flat belly Okinawa. We're going to click more. We're going to click on move to domain. And now we can choose which domain we want to move it to. So in our case, it was Woodworking Mastery. Or you can set it whatever you want to. The other two might take a little bit longer to set up just because I haven't actually used them when I set them up. But this one should work right away. This one, or I believe the www one. So we're going to select this funnel and let me just show you what it's going to look like. So if we, okay, so we have to publish this first. So let's go back into edit page. Now that we've added the new domain, we have to save and publish, and then you'll see what it looks like. So we're going to click save. We're going to click publish, and we have to redo this. So let's say landing page, and now that's what our domain is going to look like. And it's published. Let's view page, and boom, and it is secure, right? Now, don't try to add www. Don't try to do that. What you do have to do instead is remove the HTTPS. So just put www.woodworking, and then it's going to redirect you. Now, for go.woodworkingmastery or blog.woodworkingmastery, you have to set them up separately. So over here, if you recall, when you go back to funnel, you would have to select them individually. So if we go back to the funnels, instead of selecting this, we can select Woodworking Mastery. If you click on more, move to domain, over here you have to select the domain. So you can't just type in blog.woodworking and it's going to redirect. You have to select the domain, okay? So if I told you it's going to redirect, my apologies. That's just the www one. For these, you have to kind of create separate ones. And that is pretty much it for the domain, okay? So we know that's working. Let's go in and quickly save our thank you page because we didn't publish that. And we're just gonna save and publish this page as well. So we'll click save and we'll click publish, and now we'll say thank you. And that should work. We can view the page, make sure it's secure, and it is, and we are in good shape, ladies and gentlemen. And let's close out of that. Okay, so now we have to, let's quickly create our autoresponder. Let's integrate it with Convertri, and we are well on our way to promoting our product. Once we do this, guys, you can take the link, right? You'll be able to take the ClickMagick link. I'll show you which exact one we have to build it out so it tracks. You'll be able to take that link, promote it anywhere, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, wherever you want to. Everything will be working smoothly and flawlessly with you guys. And I do have courses at ivanmana.com/all-courses, which teach you how to promote on Google, Microsoft, Facebook, you name it. So you can take the link here and then promote it on those platforms. But what we want to do here is let's head over to GetResponse. For those of you that don't know, GetResponse is an email software. So it allows you to send broadcasts, autoresponders, create all kinds of automation rules, create lists, create tags, all that fun stuff. I've been using them for 4 years as well, ever since I started online marketing. These are the few tools I've always been using. And this is just a much more reliable way to send emails. You have much more control. As far as I know, Convertri doesn't give you the capability to send emails, so you do need something. And that's what we're achieving here right now with GetResponse. If you have an account, excellent, follow along with me. If you don't, I offer you guys a 30-day free trial at go.ivanmana.com/GetResponse. Of course, it is my affiliate link, but I don't suggest anything to you that I don't recommend and or use myself, okay? So check it out, follow along with me. The first thing we have to do is create a list. So we're gonna head over into lists and we're gonna create a list. So I'm gonna click create list and let's name, for example, let's name this Okinawa Belly. Now you do have to use letters and or numbers and or underscores. That's all you can use. You can't use anything else, no capital letters. And if somebody else in GetResponse is already using a name, you cannot use it. So for example, if we click create, nobody's using the Okinawa Belly name, but if someone was, it would have given us an error and we had to create a different name. So I'm gonna click on Okinawa Belly. This is where you find all the contacts. Obviously we don't have anything. We do want to create an autoresponder though. So we're gonna click on menu, we're gonna click on autoresponders. We're going to select our list that we just created, which is Okinawa Belly. And let's scroll back up and we'll click on apply. And now we're just focused on this specific list. We're gonna click on create autoresponder. And now we're just gonna go from top to bottom, filling it up. So for the autoresponder name, this is for your reference. So heck, we can say day 0, which is like the first email somebody gets when they sign up. So we're gonna say on day 0. We're gonna select our list, which in our case was, let's find it, Okinawa Belly. And let's go down. We want to create a new email. Now, you know, for some of these options, pretty straightforward. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions. But this basically means, do you want, you know, day 0 to not apply on certain days? Like if you deselect Sunday, if someone signs up on Sunday, they're going to get the email on Monday only, right? So that type of thing. Depending on your market, your niche, whatever you're doing, you might find that useful. So the first thing you see here that I have pre-filled is the email. If you head back over into your GetResponse account in the top right, click on your account settings, click on emails, and you'll be able to add an email and then verify it, and that's what I have here. You do need to do this, so just do that before we get started. After that, you have the message name and the subject. Message name is not seen, the subject name is, okay? So let's start with a subject and then we can copy it up top. So for the subject, we're giving people a free video. So we want to tell them that that's what this email is about. So we say, here is your free video you requested, okay? And then we can maybe add a little smiley face or something like that. What you can also do is you can add, you can personalize it a little bit. So you can say here, for example, the 2 square brackets, you can say first name. And then what that's gonna do is that's gonna say whatever the first name was that the user entered in Convertri is gonna say, hey Billy, hey Yvonne, hey Steve, here's your free video that you requested, okay? And then that's what our headline is gonna look like. I'm gonna go in and just copy this. Gonna go in here and paste it, and then I'll click on next step. And then we're just gonna create an email together, nothing crazy, nothing too fancy. We're gonna start from scratch. Click on blank template. I created a bunch of these videos already, guys. Check some of them out in the description. I'll put some links. We used GetResponse, we used MarketPal, we used ClickFunnels. What else did we use? We used a few other ones. But basically the process is the same. So we're gonna add text block right here. We're gonna delete this. We're gonna keep the font size at 16 Arial. And this is where we're gonna enter the message. So we'll say, for example, hey, we'll say first name, and that's gonna be replaced with the first name. If somebody somehow did not enter their first name, it's gonna say friend instead. So it'll say, hey friend, okay? So don't worry about, hey, what's gonna happen if I don't enter first name? It'll just say friend. So we'll say, hey, first name, and here we can create our message, right? So we'll just say, here is your free video that you requested. And then we're gonna have a link. We'll say, click here to watch the video. And then let's go back to our thank you page. Let's edit this and let's just take that link that we pasted. might be faster. So we're gonna go in here. It was under links. We're gonna go in and, oops, I forgot I can't right click. So I'm gonna Control C on my keyboard, come back here. We're gonna select that and paste, okay? And everything is here. This TID doesn't matter too much. If you do want to track email sales, you guys make sure to check out ClickMagick documentation on cross-device tracking, because it is a little bit more complicated. We're not gonna worry about it for now. You don't really need it. So what happened there? That doesn't look right. We don't want that. Okay, so I don't know what happened there. Here's your free video that you requested. Let's try this again. Click here to watch the video. Okay, so I don't know why that happened. We're gonna select this. And we'll click OK. Okay, so that time it worked. I'm sorry guys, I don't know why that spazzed out like that. And here we just want to provide a little bit more information, who we are, what the product is, how does it help. The more stories you can add, the better. The more personable you can be, the better. You want to build trust. That's the point of these emails, is to build trust, not to sell. So some of these ClickBank emails you see where they just spam you with like buy, 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 probably not the best idea, okay? So maybe you want to provide a little bit of information about what this product is, wherever it is. Go to Okinawa Belly Fix. Maybe you want to go to the affiliate resources and kind of just take a scan through and see if there's some story, see if there's some information. So who buys this? You know, it says crazy men and women over 30, okay? So maybe you can say, hey, you know, I was 30 years old when I came across this product and blah, 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 whatever. Maybe you want to add some testimonials. And here, by the way, you have some additional landing pages you can use if you want to. You have some email swipes, I believe. Again, I'm not a big fan of these. Usually they are all buy, 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 right? There's no value. Nowadays, you have to build trust. You can't just spam people with the same kind of selling stuff. Yeah, so I mean, basically, you just want to go through. I'm not seeing too much information here, but we can make something up. ClickBank Premium Award winner. Yeah, so let's just say, just like you, and it's switched to Times New Roman font. We'll change that shortly. Just like you, you know, I really wanted to get rid of my belly fat ever since I was 25, or however old you want to say. I was finally able to find the solution when I came across the Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic. I cover all of that in the video I sent you here. And then we can say, in the next few emails, I want to send you more useful information about how you can get rid of belly fat. Okay, so we'll just say, so make sure to whitelist my email at ivanmana.com. Yeah, I believe that's my email. Okay, so here I'm just doing a really basic email here, guys. Let's backlist. Let's just convert this into Arial. It's really basic because I've done this so many times in my other videos that hopefully you guys should get the idea. Once again, here is the video. Or once again, let's just say, click here to watch the video. Talk soon, and then we'll say Ivan Man, okay? And we'll just leave it at that. So you're giving them something to look forward to. You're kind of introducing yourself a little bit. Maybe in the next email you want to, maybe you want to specify in this email what exactly will you be sending them. Hey, I'll be sending you a bit more information about me and how I got started. Get them to look forward to reading your emails, right? Just make it more personable. That's the whole idea of emails. You want to build trust. So what I like to do here is select that. I like to add it, make it a little yellow here, just so it stands out a little bit. And then what you can do, and by the way, you have to select this. I'm gonna copy that. Once again, click here to watch the video. So maybe you wanna, let's just select here. It keeps deselecting, I'm sorry. Something wrong with my mouse. And we're gonna paste it here. We'll click OK. And now maybe we wanna bold and italicize that. Okay, so maybe something like that. Play around with it, guys. I'm showing you the how, I'm showing you the tools. That's what you would be doing to create the email, but that's the idea, right? Make yourself personable. I have a video where I show you my email sequences that I use to get over 50% open rates, so you can check those out. I'll put the link in the description as well, but that's the idea. So now we're going to click on save and publish. And that's our first email in the autoresponder sequence. You can change your layout, how you want to see it, like this or like that. You can click on create autoresponder, add new emails, or you can go here and just, add a little sign here. You can also preview this. If you click the buttons here and you preview, is going to show you what it's going to look like. So here it says, hey friend, right? If there's no name on there, and that's it. And then if someone clicks here, they will be taken. And here's our, that's our affiliate link. That's our hop link. So let's just integrate this and we should be good to go. So to integrate it, it's not that hard. We don't need any sort of API key. Let's quickly close out of all that and let's go back to Convertri. So we should be good here. So what we're gonna do, well, looks like we have something unsaved. Let's publish this just in case. And let's close out of that. So what we want to do is head over into account. We want to head over into integrations. We want to select GetResponse. Okay, so you're going to click on GetResponse. All you're going to do is you're going to select the option that's going to say connect GetResponse. Then all you're going to do is basically log into your GetResponse account. That's it. Okay, so head over to, again, click on your account, click on integration, select whatever you're using. In our case, it's GetResponse. In your case, whatever, Aweber or MailChimp. Select whichever one you're using. Click on, in my case, GetResponse, connect it, and that's it. It should get connected. There's no secret path to it. You just log in, okay? It prompts you to log in, you log in, or if you're already logged in like we are, you're done. Then we're gonna go back, we're gonna click back there to Convertri, we're gonna select our funnel, and now we have to change up this landing page a little bit, right? Now we have to select the integration. So we're gonna load our landing page, we're gonna click on Forms, we're going to select the autoresponder, click on GetResponse, and if you have it integrated, you should be able to simply select your campaign from here if you have it integrated, okay? So we're gonna scroll down, try to find Okinawa Belly. Okay, so we wanna add people to this Okinawa Belly, disregard all these options. All you have to worry about are these three right here, which is gonna be email and the name, okay? And you're good to go here, you'll click next. Now we want to send people to the next page, right? So you can click on suggestions and this should automatically pre-populate for you. If not, that means you probably skipped a step or two. Maybe you didn't connect the landing page or you didn't publish the landing page, or thank you page, something like that. If not, you can, again, just click suggestions, click there. And we want to pass on submitted form data. So if users input their keyword, anything like that, you would want to pass it on, and then you click done, and now we're going to click save. Oh, and before we do that, we can now change these fields. Okay, so first of all, on the button, when you go into here, you want to keep it at sign up. Okay, keep it at sign up, or if you want to send people to a specific link URL, that's where you would select it. But in our case, we have everything integrated, keep it at sign up. But what you do want to do is for the first name, we set our name here. Let's go back. It was here under validation. So under validation, you want to select this option here. Don't keep it at first name. Select one of these two. So in our case, it's the first name. We want to make it required, no validation. Okay, it only validates your email and phone number, so you can leave it at that. Validate means it's actually going to read like the name and see if it has that format. So there's no format for a name because you can enter anything and it can pass. But you do want to make that field required. Okay, so you do want to select that. You want to go into email now. You want to select email here. Make sure it's this email because there are some other options here. Yeah. Well, here, like they have first name, but you want to select that full name. So select email, select required, and here you want to validate email address, okay? And that should be good to go. Let's click save. Let's click publish. And obviously you can change it on mobile view as well. Again, maybe another video. Let me know in the comments if you want a video on that. But this video is going to be 5 hours long if we're going to go over everything. So now that we've done that, let's close out of that. Let's test the whole thing, make sure it's working. The emails will deliver, assuming this is set up correctly. The emails will deliver. I checked, it works fine, okay? So let's go into campaigns. So what we want to do here is we're going to click on now, step 2 in ClickMagick, click on URL builder. We're going to head back over into here. We're going to click on the buttons here. We will copy published link. We're going to click here once, close out of that. Go back into ClickMagick. We're going to paste the URL here. Okay, so that's our URL. And now for the UTM source. So again, you can check out my courses to see how to promote it on various paid ad networks. Let's suppose you want to promote it on Google, one of my favorite sources. You'll say Google. You'll say, for example, search versus display versus YouTube campaigns, whatever. The name of the campaign is, let's say, Okinawa. And over here, we can say keyword. okay? And then over here, you could say whatever you want to. The last two are optional, the first three are required. So you can play around, you know, add whatever you want to. For the last one here, maybe you want to specify the ad. What does your ad look like? The ad has a blue image versus red image versus question headline versus no question headline. And by the way, one thing we forgot, guys, over here, remember, we want to say keyword, right? Keyword equals keyword so that our headline is replaced. You don't have to use this, by the way, guys. You don't have to create this dynamic text insertion like we have here. But if you want to increase your quality score, you want to make the pages more relevant, this is what you would do, okay? So add keyword, and then automatically, you know, UTM source is added here to the end of the URL. So we're going to click save and copy. We're going to go in here. Now let's just test it. So we're going to paste and go and just make sure everything is fine. So here, see, we put keyword and it's going to be replaced with the actual keyword. Again, you can get more creative in how you do this. I added this kind of keyword smack dab in the middle. It doesn't have to be. Maybe you can add it over here somewhere, like enter your name and email and I'll send you keyword, okay? Get creative with it. It doesn't have to be keyword either. It could be any of the tokens they have. If you saw my other videos, if you're familiar with my videos on Google and Microsoft Ads tracking, you know they have a variety of keywords like ad ID, ad group, query string, network placement. You can use those tokens as well. So for example, in Microsoft Ads, if you create an ad group named, you know, males ages 18 to 24, then you can say, hey, enter your name and I'll send you the guide for, and then you use that ad group token and it's going to say for males ages 18 to 24, okay? So get creative with it. I'll send you the list of tokens down below that you can use for Google and Microsoft. Take a look, but this would be the idea. You could, you know, go over here. We have the form there, and if we try to submit, it's going to say this value is required, so we can't. If we say A though, now this should work, okay? So it doesn't check that the actual name is there. It just checks to make sure something is here, just like any other regular name. But we do need to enter an email. So the email, it does check for email. So if we type in Yvonne here, it's not going to let us proceed. If we type in @Yvonne, it's not going to let us proceed. It's got to be like a real email format, right? So this is a fake email, but it's got to be in the real email format. So this one should let us proceed. We're going to go here. Now we're on the thank you page. So let's go back to ClickMagick. Let's just make sure everything is here. So under the woodworking mastery domain here, you can see we have one visitor on our landing page, and then we had one action. Action means somebody signed up, right? We just entered our email. We see an action here. Once you set up conversion sales tracking, check that video out to learn how to set it up with ClickBank. You will see sales when someone actually buys, okay? So you're gonna see everything here. You will see all your data, and then you can filter. So if you promote on Google and Facebook and Microsoft, you can filter here. You can say, hey, how's my Google doing? Hey, how's my search ads doing? Hey, how's my campaign doing? I have a Biotox campaign and I have an Okinawa campaign. How are they doing? You can check that. You can filter, you know, here's Biotox. There's no clicks here, but Okinawa, hey, it's got clicks, regardless of ad network, for example, okay? So we're gonna go here. Let's click here. And boom, we're taken to the page, okay? So we've set everything up. Let's pause that. And you should be good to go. The email should deliver to you. Again, I tested this multiple times, guys. Email delivers. It should be fine. It should work. If not, let me know in the comments. Let me help you. Ideally, contact these guys for support. They have access to your account and I don't. But let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you thought this video was helpful. Let me know if you like Convertri or not. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's pretty complicated. I thought Convertri was pretty complicated compared to other builders, but it does have some cool features like this keyword dynamic insertion. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other videos. Learn how to promote affiliate products on Google Ads, or how to use GrooveFunnels or GetResponse with ClickBank. Check those videos out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.